Are Scientists. So great to have everybody back. Thanks for being here.
It is our pleasure.
An honor.
Thanks for having us.
It's been a few moons. Not too many, but a few.
Yeah.
Yeah, too many. I'd say too many.
Yeah.
Right?
It has been too many.
2014, I believe, and 2018. So we are happy to have them back. Tonight's the show at the Rumba Cafe with Sean McVeary. 7 o'clock doors, and we have some tickets to give away after each song that they'll do for us this afternoon. And well, let's get started, and then we'll come back and do some catching up.
All right.
Cool.
Sounds good.
What's this first one you're going to do?
It's called Please Don't Say It. 1, 2, 3, 4. About as close as it gets. No piece is fit, no leads connect. It's not much of a defense. Just please forgive, at least forget. It's on the tip of my tongue. At least I'll say that it was. This once is get what we want. You're gonna love this, I'm sure. There's something you should tell me. Please don't say it. No, it doesn't mean it's helping. Please don't say it. About as close as it gets. You seem too near to me to miss. Accountability hits. You mean it's clear. Don't cheapen this. It's on the tip of my tongue. At least I'll say that it was one switch, and here it all comes. You're gonna love this, I'm sure. There's something you should tell me. Please don't say it. No, it doesn't mean it's helping. Please don't say it. I'm worried once it's been said, it never can be unheard again. I'm sure there's something you should tell me. Please don't say it. No, it doesn't mean it's helping. Please don't say it. I'm sure there's something you should tell me. Please don't say it. I'm worried once it's been said, it never can be unheard again.
We are Scientists live from Studio A, and that song, Please Don't Say It, from Qualifying Miles. Tonight's the show at the Rumba Cafe, and very first caller for this round wins a pair of tickets at 614-821-9223 with Sean McVeary. Sean McVeary on this whole...
He is on the
this
whole
run
run.
with
For a
you
minute, I
guys.
thought you were suggesting that he would be trying to call in to get free tickets.
He
which
might.
would be pointless.
If he's listening, he's got to be listening.
Yeah, he's been on the whole tour. An incredibly talented New York singer-songwriter.
He's from New York, too. Yeah. So you guys have been in New York for quite some time now, right? Started in California, but then what year did you move to?
Yeah, we met in college in
Mhm.
California and moved to New York in 2001.
So what led you there? I know you guys kind of bonded over a mutual love of comedy and films and that sort of thing, but
Yeah.
when did the songwriting come into place, and then why New York at that time?
Songwriting came in very late indeed. Yeah, we essentially moved to New York because we had free housing.
Same reason everyone moves to New York.
The cheap
Free
housing.
Yeah.
Yeah. My grandfather had a house that was essentially sitting empty in Brooklyn,
Really?
and we took it over as a band.
Okay.
Um,
Sometimes I never know if you're serious.
no,
or
no,
not.
that is very true. That is very true. That is why we moved to New York, weirdly. But yeah, the comedy scene in New York at the time was incredible, and it turns out the music scene was also very good.
Yeah. And then you started writing. I mean, had you been doing it, but you just didn't take it seriously at this point? You know, when you first moved there,
Yeah.
was it to do a career? Or was it to see the comedy? Just a different
No,
life?
I mean we essentially moved to New York because it sounded like fun, not as a career move. And then we all got real jobs. I was working in like film production. Chris was working in advertising. So, yeah, it was the band was just essentially a pleasure vessel for us.
And then you said, "Okay,
And
we
then
sound
we
kind of
became
good."
geniuses, and we realized it was our calling. Yeah, no, essentially, it slowly grew
Felt
over
right.
5 years in New York, and we kind of realized that we'd be foolish, having been given the opportunity to pursue it as a career, to not do so.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, sheesh, we have him here today. It's been a few years. We're happy to have him back. And tonight's the show at the Rumba Cafe. Now, is your grandfather's house still there? Or
It
you
is
still
not
living?
still there, unfortunately.
Aw.
It was far enough out in Brooklyn that once we got a foothold in town and could afford to live in Manhattan or Williamsburg, we moved out there immediately.
After making the.
Yeah, that house is gone. Sadly.
Aw.
Yeah.
But that's so cool, though, that it was an opportunity, really, that
Yeah.
some can't make happen. Okay, this new one, Qualifying Miles. Tell us the difference. I was reading somewhere where you were saying, you know, a lot of fans, you guys feel like it's a lot different from the previous albums. But some fans will know, no, it just sounds like a We Are Scientists album. And tell us the big difference for you guys as opposed to what your fans.
Yeah, I mean, I think when I said that, I just meant it. I think we're too close to it to actually be able to tell how different it is. I mean, I think our songwriting kind of makes it a We Are Scientists record, no matter what kind of decorations we put on it. Like our last record, we very aggressively had fun in post production, especially Chris, and.
I liked it. You hated that part.
But I think I think that just sounds like a We Are Scientists record. This sounds like a We Are Scientists record. Just different approaches to the same.
And
kernel.
self-checking each other, right? As the ideas go back and forth, whereas there's pros and cons to hiring a producer, right? What are the pros and cons for you?
I think the cons are that they're mean, and they make you do work, and I think performing on command is not a lot of fun for me. I guess specifically, I don't want to speak for anyone else, but I have way more fun. I feel like the recorded product feels freer when we're kind of doing it on our own time. Keith Karn records his drums, and we have a lot of fun. We essentially like get to take a lot of time and get like the correct take, and then we spend a lot of time getting the wrong takes, and often we use the wrong takes because they're more interesting. So yeah, I think just not being on somebody else's clock makes it a
For
lot
sure.
more.
And it can be expensive too. I mean, depending on how long
yeah.
they give you, or
The good ones don't work for free.
and sometimes brutally honest, but that can also be a good and a bad thing too. I
Yeah,
guess.
no, it does come. Having a taskmaster has its perks.
We had the luxury of using a pretty comfortable studio space. We were in my drum studio space to record a lot of the drums,
Okay.
and the only kind of looming deadline we had was an upcoming tour, as opposed to being on like a studio clock. You know, so we were all able to sort of be comfortable within a space, and it was also cool because there's no control room, so we were all just sort of sitting in the same room wearing like protective like ear protection, and I think that added a lot of sort of like energy to the room, like physically being in the same space as we were laying down the fundamental tracks.
Sure. Well, it is so. We're so happy to have you guys back in the studio, and it's the show tonight at the Rumba Cafe. It's been a while since you've been to Columbus, right?
Yeah, was it? I think 2 years ago.
Yeah, we came
yeah.
through.
Yeah.
It was November 9th, 2023.
That's what I was going to say.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure. I'll give you a 2-day plus or minus.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I'll give you a 2-day plus or minus.
Well, they are back now, and we are live from Studio A, and we'll do another ticket giveaway after this song. Tell us a little bit about this one, if you want to, or
What
just
do you want to do?
rip right into it.
I could do much worse,
much
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah. much
What do you know about this one, Chris?
Well, what really pops out for me is the video we shot on that beach near Scotland in Northumbria. Keith in a gorilla costume that we had purchased months before without really knowing how it was going to come into play. In
Yeah.
this record cycle.
Ordinarily, making a music video is, I think, our least favorite
Yeah.
part of being in a band. Although we tend to put there's a lot of gusto involved when we. I think maybe that's why we hate it so much.
We have high
Is that we take it
expectations.
very seriously.
Yeah.
This one was one of the most pleasurable iterations. I had purchased this gorilla costume a very long time ago, knowing at some point it would come in handy. Found a gorgeous beach in Scotland, and well, I honestly think it might be my favorite We Are Scientists video.
So that's out now, the video for
Yeah,
this
yeah.
song.
Oh, yeah.
So originally buying the gorilla costume, why?
Oh man,
'Cause you knew it
you
was
see a gorilla costume at a good. I think we were buying props for the
Claws
"Please
and
Don't
stuff.
Say It" video.
Yeah, we were getting like different gloves and claws.
And just while I was scrolling, I saw a gorilla costume at a very fair price.
And you can see it.
I
in
could
this
not.
video.
I could not resist.
All right, here we go. Live from Studio A. We are scientists.
1, 2, 3, 4. Watching your tone, it's saying a lot here. Not mixing your message. A slip of the tongue, too minor to mention. You may still have meant it. Like dominoes, just falling down. Minute you touch this, the feeling is precarious. I could do much worse. Been jumping through hoops, it's all very noble. What more could you ask for? Who would ever say you left me with nothing when I got the last word? Like dominoes, just falling down. The minute you touch this, the feeling is precarious, but I could do much worse.
are scientists joining us live from Studio A with another song and another pair of tickets to give away right now for caller number 3, Allison Holm. Thank you over there. 614-821-9223. Qualifying Miles out now. Just came out in July, and they've been at it now for 20 plus years.
Yeah.
Does it feel? I mean, sometimes it seems like it's been that long, and sometimes when you think about decades, and then sometimes it feels like it went like that. What about you?
It does. I mean, it does feel like a very, very long time ago to think about, like our earliest shows.
Yeah.
But it's all been such a pleasure. It's zipped by.
Yeah.
It's-
Yeah. We've been in the band more than half our lives.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And that's okay because you're still
Yeah.
loving it. And this new one, Qualifying Miles, the first one came out in 2004 with Love and Squalid. What was it? What was the studio went into back then, and was it with a producer?
It was with a producer who ended up making our next 2 records as well. We essentially had some label interest when we were making that record, but we made it on our own. So it was in a very bad studio in North Hollywood in California. Our producer, Ariel, lived in LA. But yeah, we recorded it in a really, really scrappy studio. We had to pause several times for a couple days at a time because the computer would die. But yeah, I mean, I honestly think that kind of influenced the way I like to make records. Like, we were just making it with Ariel, who is a good friend of ours. I'd like an incredibly able producer. But yeah, it just felt like 4 friends making a record. So that definitely forged my sense of like the best way to record.
Nice. We are scientists with us today. If you're just joining us, and we'll have another pair of tickets to give away for the show tonight. Sean McBarry. He's not calling in, but he is. He is.
Sean, you can get into this show, I swear.
If you're lucky, caller number 3. But doors are at 7 o'clock. And on this one, you resonated most with the 90s guitar rock. Some of your faves?
Whew. I mean, I've always been a big Weezer guy. Smashing Pumpkins were pretty big. I think Pavement is a big influence on
Stone
this
Temple
record.
Stone Temple
Pilots.
Pilots.
Stone Temple
Yeah.
Pilots
Yeah.
always. Yeah.
How could we forget?
Nice. Well, I imagine you guys appreciate public radio,
Oh yeah.
and you've heard about the rescission bill and
It's
all
going
of that.
great, right?
Yeah.
God.
Thanks to our listeners, though. You know, they clawed back 134,000, and
Nice.
the listeners came right back, you know, within a few weeks and helped us
Amazing.
out. But we got to keep doing that,
Yeah.
right? Because that's
Yes.
we're not going to get that money. What would you say about public radio, and whether it's the news or the music? Obviously,
Yeah.
you know, I'm sure you adore stations that are helping you. You know,
Keith Karn is actually a veteran of public radio work.
I worked at WNYC, the New York City NPR station,
okay.
and worked on a talk show there, first as an intern, then as a contributing producer, and actually had the opportunity to start working there on a full-time but like limited time contract. But these guys offered me the tour before I could start that job, and so I literally had to withdraw my name from the position, and I went on tour with them. But I love public radio. I learned so much about it, and I learned so much from working there, and had a chance to meet so many scientists and authors and filmmakers and
So great.
musicians. It's been
Yeah.
it was amazing.
So you learned so much.
Yeah.
But, you know, the host telling you about this guitar, that guitar, this, you know,
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
they're, and then the other hosts for different specialty shows. I mean, it's just amazing what you get from public radio. So
It is an
thank you
incredible
for being
resource.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we hope we keep keeping on.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
yeah, because WFUV is also a great New York
Love
station.
WFUV, WFMU, and WNYC. We
Yeah.
love those stations. WBGO, it's another NPR station.
And out in California, KCRW, I know, is a
Yep.
big one.
Sure.
We know for sure. But
Yep.
anyway, we thank you for being here today and
is our
helping us
pleasure.
do these special live and studio sessions. So thank you so much.
Pleasure.
And
Means a lot to be here.
congratulations on this new album. And we'll have one last pair of tickets to give away for the show tonight. One last question. Will you clarify how the name of the band came to be? It's not not a Guided by Voices
It is
thing.
not.
It's not, what was the other one?
Cap'n Jazz.
Cap'n
Yeah.
Jazz.
Yeah.
So tell us the real, how it came to be.
You want to
This
handle?
there's a story out there about a U-Haul dealership, and that is the correct story. We were fresh out of college. We went to college in Los Angeles area, and we moved up to Berkeley using the mighty hauling power of a U-Haul truck. And when we returned it in Oakland, the guy who checked it over to make sure we hadn't taken his armrest or whatever, noticed that, to him at least, we were very similar looking dudes, and he asked us if we were brothers. And we said no. And then he said, "Are you scientists?" And we just thought that was a very strange and memorable
I mean,
thing
I think
to
it
ask.
pointedly, we were probably all about 130 pounds.
130
Probably had buzz
pounds.
cuts, and we're all wearing glasses.
Yeah, skinny white guys.
Not to mention the lab coats.
Scott
That you
Lim
were
was
wearing.
wearing a lab coat.
Yeah.
Oh, well, there you go. Well, there you have it. We are scientists joining us live from Studio A. And what are you going to take us out with?
Oh, what do we?
What you want is
Oh
gone.
yeah, what you want is
Oh,
gone.
yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
1, 2,
That looked like fun. I hope it was, because what's done is done, and what's coming up is good. Hasn't this taken long enough? You can't just wait around for what you want. If what you want is gone, I swore like hell. This broke itself. I never failed to fail. I told myself to end this well. The rest will be uphill. Hasn't this taken long enough? You can't just wait around for what you want. If what you want is gone, it's a little late for catching up. You can't just wait around for what you want. If what you want is gone. Hasn't this taken long enough? You can't just wait around for what you want. If what you want is gone, it's a little